Hey there, it's Becky, and I'd like to take a few minutes to show you how you can use one of our library databases to find local newspaper articles. So you'll notice that we're looking at my Blackboard screen. I'm logged in to Blackboard, and we're starting here because this is really the best way to get to the library's website. You'll notice up at the top of the screen, whenever you're logged into Blackboard, you'll see a link to STLCC links. I'm going to open up that menu right now, and I'm going to choose the first link on the list, and that's to libraries. I clicked there, and it takes me right to our library website. And starting in Blackboard to access the library website will save you from having to log into our databases over and over again. So today we're going to be looking for newspaper articles from some of our local newspapers, and we're going to use a database to help us do that. So I'm going to scroll down the page a little bit, and you can see that we've got some different tools that we could use. There's this tool called Search It, and we can see that it allows us to search for books, articles, guides, and library web pages. But there's also a note here that we could go straight to the articles and databases. And so that's what we're going to do today, because we're going to search one database in particular that's really great for helping us find local newspaper articles. So I'm going to click there on that link, and it turns out that the database we're going to use is going to show up right on the front page here. These databases are in alphabetical order, and the best database to find local newspaper articles is Access World News. All right, when we get to this page, we have a search box that we could use. We could start searching right away, but I think it's worth looking down the page a little bit to see what's available. So as we scroll down the page, we see that we could search the Kansas City Star. That's a major Missouri newspaper. We could search the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, another major Missouri newspaper. We could search major metro titles from across the country, or we could search all Missouri newspapers together. I'm going to start off by searching the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, our hometown major newspaper. All right, so when we get to this page, it tells us that we are searching the St. Louis Post-Dispatch from Missouri. We can go all the way back and find articles to 1981 through the present. We can use this search box to begin a search, or we can view some recent issues by clicking on a date here. You can see today is September 25th, 2021, and we could even search today's newspaper. If you knew a particular date that you wanted to view a newspaper for, you could use the calendar here. But we're going to just start off by searching a particular topic. So I'm going to just pick a simple search term. I'm going to just look at maybe crime rates and St. Louis. So you'll notice I've got two kind of major ideas in my search. One is that idea of crime rates, and another idea is the place where I'm looking for information, and that's St. Louis. I've connected those two ideas with the word "and," so I want you to remember that construct of how you can create that search. You could combine any ideas and separate those big ideas with the word "and I think that's going to make your results a little bit better in the library databases. I'm going to go ahead and click on search now. And when we did that search for crime rates in St. Louis, we found 3,171 results. So we could start reading through those results, or we could limit our results a little bit. So maybe we just want information from the last month. So I could say September 1st, 2021 to September 25th, 2021. And I could apply that limit. So what I'm doing is limiting my results, and I'm down from 3,000 results to 6 results. So then I could look through those particular results if I wanted to. There's other things I can do in this date limit, and so it's kind of really a nice way to limit your results, I think. You could do something like the last 2 years, and I could apply that limit to my search. Okay, so when I look for the last 2 years of results, I get 171 results, many fewer than the 3,000 some odd results that I had available to me, but many more than the ones that I had available in the last week. So I really love that way to limit by date. You've got a lot of different options there. What else could you do here? You could also sort your results in different ways. So the default is to sort by the newest articles first, but maybe I want to see the articles that are the best match. So I could click here on best match. And I see these are the articles that matched my keyword search best, crime rates, and St. Louis. And so I might want to scroll through some of these articles. When I read a title that I think looks pretty promising, I can go ahead and click on the title of that article. And I find out that this was published in November of 2020. And it was in the news section. So that's important to note. I want to kind of differentiate between news and editorials or opinions. So that's kind of important to note. So I can read through this. I know I've got a news article, and I can read through there and see if it's useful. I could also play this out loud so you can have that article read to you. If you find an article that you think is going to be useful, you can email it to yourself, you could print it out, you could download it, or you could copy a link to it. So I really recommend that you save that information in some way once you find an article that you think is very useful to you. There's also some help in citing your sources. So you could choose to cite it in APA format or MLA format. You probably want to check with your instructor about the best format to use. And then if you use EasyBib or Noodle Tools or one of those applications, you could export it to that as well. So I'm going to close that up right now. We can go back to our results. And from here, I just want to remind you that you could change your keywords here if you wanted to. You could change your dates that you were searching. Okay, I think that's a kind of a good overview of how to use this particular database for finding articles from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I'm going to go back home. And I'm going to remind you that if you chose to, you could start a new search in the Kansas City Star, or you could decide to search all Missouri newspapers at the same time. So you could, that would give you results from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and the Kansas City Star and some other bigger newspapers in the state of Missouri. So I'm going to go back now to the library's website and just point out to you, if once you start practicing using this particular database, if you run into any trouble at all, you can always scroll down the page here and click on this link to Ask a Librarian. When you do that, you get lots of different choices for how you can get in touch with a librarian, and a librarian is a great person to contact if you need help doing research. So I hope this was a good introduction to you for using one of our databases. Let's go back and we'll review how we got there one more time. We went to articles databases, and we were taking a quick look at how to use Access World News to find newspaper articles from your local newspapers. All right, thanks a lot for joining me today. Bye-bye.